Welcome to Canine Handler Fitness. This is a podcast for dog sport handlers who want to feel strong, capable, and confident in their bodies. Hi, my name's Liz Joyce. I am a strength and conditioning coach, and I specialize in fitness for agility and dog sport performance. In this podcast, we cover everything you need: strength, speed, mobility, and endurance. All the things to keep you moving, performing, and doing what you love, both in and out of the ring. Let's dive into today's episode. We're wrapping up the end of January, and from experience of working out in public gyms and also knowing a lot of people, I can tell you that this is the last bit of the month where people who did not have an existing fitness routine, who are starting to do one this year, this is when things are starting to fall off. This is where it gets really difficult. And I wanted to talk to you today to remind you about what is normal when you're first starting. And if you're wrapping up the fourth week of a new habit, don't stop now. There's a lot ahead for you. And I'm looking forward to sharing this podcast with you. Hey, y'all, and welcome back to the podcast. We're talking today because I've had hundreds of conversations with people from my All Access membership over the last few months. A lot of them have been planning and related to their individual questions or concerns. And there's been this undercurrent that doesn't get named that we're going to talk about today. This is the piece that no one really prepares you for. You know, you see highlight reels of people on the internet spaced 6 months, 9 months apart, but we're not talking about that stuff, that motivational stuff. Today, we're going to be talking about what it really feels like when you're broken down, physically and also mentally. What it feels like when your body is weak or you're out of shape, your cardio capacity is very low, and what you can expect, what is normal when you're trying to start going again. Last year, for the first time in my life, I truly started from the ground up. I basically had bed rest for 5 straight months. Well, I've really tried my best and also been able to pull on experiences from being very unwell and also from having vulnerable and frank conversations with so many different types of people to develop empathy and compassion for where people are starting from. This was like a slap in the face. So if this sounds like something that you're dealing with, even if it's not quite this extreme, hopefully it's not quite as extreme as what I went through last year, I just want you to know what's normal when you're coming back, what things are going to feel like, what you can and should expect. When people say they're out of shape, it sounds vague, but the lived experience is very specific. For me, when I've healed enough to introduce movement back into my life, breathing felt hard. Overall, my cardiovascular output, my breathing rate, everything about it was super inefficient. Like a little bit of cardio, my lungs would be burning and I'd be getting lightheaded. I could tolerate like maybe 5 to 10 minutes of work at a time. This is not an unusual amount of time for someone who's starting out, who's what they would consider to be very out of shape. 5 to 10 minutes of work can be a really healthy place to start if that sounds like you. The physical experience of your muscles burning during workouts is uncomfortable. As a human, I've been lifting weights consistently since I've been 15. I'm 42 now. So this summer is going to be 28 years of consistently lifting weights, except for this last period of time, which we're not counting, okay? The sensation of muscle burning for me is something that I chase. I love it. I live for it, but it did not feel empowering. It felt extremely uncomfortable. And what I wanted to do was stop. And I do this for a living. I live for this stuff. It was so uncomfortable. I just didn't want to do it. Pushing through the physical sensations of muscle burning required a lot of bravery and mental fortitude on my part. And this is interesting because I know the physiology, okay? I know the process. I designed the process for people. I've also coached thousands of people through exactly what I was going through. And even knowing that, it didn't feel like it was going to get better. And that's the part that nobody talks about. This is the part where people who are new to fitness or just starting getting going get stuck because it just feels so hard. When you're strong, when you're fit, fitness feels rewarding very quickly. Your body will respond and uptake new movement patterns. The cardio work that you do on Monday is not going to trash you for the rest of the day. You've got lots of energy because your body is just this energy machine. You're strong. So if you push yourself in one place, you see your body adapt physically, aesthetically, or in the things that you're able to do. But when you're deconditioned, it's normal for it to just feel really hard. Being able to tie what you're doing to the outcome that you want is a skill set. And it's something that I encourage you to work on. Everything about this can feel a little louder when you're in it. And I was in it. It feels like a grind. I got you. I understand. I want to be really clear here though, and this is the truth of it. The phase that you're in, if that sounds like you, is not a sign that you're doing it wrong. It's not a sign that you can't do it. It's not a sign that you weren't built for this, or you're too old, or your body shape doesn't do fitness, or whatever story it is that you have in your head. That is not the truth of it. The truth of it is that all of these things are a very normal sign that you're at the beginning. Imagine if you'd never had a dog before and someone gave you a 12-month-old German Shepherd that had no training and you didn't know anything about training at all. You just had this dog on a leash. You got a steep learning curve ahead of you, you know? There's a lot of growing to do. And it's kind of the same thing. You've got some growing to do. And I want to walk you through what I did, because quitting when you're at this very early stage can feel like the best option. I stopped when I had some fatigue, but before I dipped into depletion. If you're somebody who's in the starting place, you've been working out before, you've probably hit depletion a few times, you know, where your legs are shaking and you just feel like trash and you got to go take a nap after. I'm like, I really don't have time for that. This is what I focused on at first, and also why. The things that I prioritized at the very beginning was core strength and also glute strength. I did this because they create safety, balance for my body. I lost a lot of my balance. Every exercise that I did had to include core engagement in some way. Even if it was a lying down chest press with some dumbbells, I made sure that my abs were working. They needed to be on board with me all the time. I really needed to rebuild trust in my body. I really need to rebuild my mental capacity, my understanding that I can do these things, even though it feels hard. You might be in that place too. Let's talk about what progress actually looked like, because it felt really painfully slow. But gradually, these were the things I was looking for. My breathing improved. My lightheadedness faded. And the muscle burning that I live for started to feel familiar again, and not something that made me want to stop. And the time that I was able to work out increased slowly but naturally, from 10 minutes to 15, and 15 became 20, and then 25 became 40. And it was pretty cool to see these things expand. It helped the confidence in my own body so much. And if you're in this place where it just feels impossible to get going, know that the things that you're going to build in yourself are worth the effort. People want to know, and it's a fair and a great question, what should I expect when I'm starting out? What is a reasonable timeline? What kinds of changes can I see in my body? And if you are new to strength training, or you're restarting after a long break, this is what's normal. In the first 4 weeks, this is the phase that is the very hardest mentally. The movements might feel a little bit awkward. The fatigue you experience is probably going to feel disproportionate to the work that you're doing. But what's happening inside your body and your brain is your nervous system is learning. There's a lot of motor skills to uptake. There's a lot of newness all around. All of it is new. Your nervous system's working a lot. Your tissues are also waking up. They're going to be firing harder in a different way. You should know that in this phase, the things you're doing probably won't look impressive, not yet anyways. And that's okay. Every single person you see that does impressive stuff now was once this person. And I think that that's a message that gets missed, is that everybody you see that's doing inspiring things with their body started here. Your job when you're in this phase is to show up, okay? You gotta show up. You also need to leave a little energy in the tank. And the last thing, the most important thing of all, is build consistency. You gotta get it in your schedule. You gotta make that stuff happen for yourself. It's important. In weeks 5 to 8, you can expect to experience better coordination, less breathlessness, and probably some increases in the weight that you're able to use, endurance in the core work that you're able to do. Because remember, during the first 4 weeks, your body has to learn how to do all these different things. It's not fair to expect learning of the actual movement and an incredible increase in your capacity of that same movement in 4 weeks. There's quite a lot to learn, During the first 5 to 8 weeks is where overdoing it can derail progress. This is where it feels like I could do a lot more, and then you do a lot more, and then it becomes overwhelming, or you get burnt out, or you do so much that you get fatigued, and then the decision-making process in regards to scheduling and fitting it all in can get affected by that stuff. So this is where it's good to just stay the course, keep showing up, keep building that consistency, keep trying. In weeks 9 to 12 is where some really good capacity is going to show up for you. You can expect longer workouts without crashing during or after. The strength that you're doing, the strength you're building, is going to start sticking. You're going to notice it in your day-to-day life and how you move around, how you pick things up. The weights you're using are going to also increase. The recovery also is going to be improving. You will notice that your recovery is faster and smoother. This is when people often say, oh my gosh, I feel great. But they've been working at it for 9 weeks already, twice a week, 3 times a week, 4 times a week. They've earned this. So you might be in the earning stage, but know that this is coming and it's for you too. Your job during this time is to keep doing what worked to get you there. So even though I started at being able to do 5 minutes of exercise, my capacity was basically 0. It's been like 10 months now. So now I can train for a full hour and still have energy for my day. The musculature in my arms was something that I've been so proud of, my little muscly arms, and I lost all that muscle tone. I had no visible muscle tone in my arms at all. And finally, I'm getting to have some of that arm muscle again, and man, that feels good. But I'll tell you what, when I started working out again, I was doing side raises with 5-pound weights for 8 repetitions, and it felt really hard. It was really difficult even for me to bridge the gap between that and what I want my body to look and function like. My capacity in regards to what I can take on in a day, as well as my strength capacity, feels almost back to normal. But none of this would have happened if I judged the process by how it felt at the very beginning. And if you're at the very beginning and judging yourself and feeling down on yourself, muscle burning feels hard and your lungs are working so hard and you get tired so quickly and it feels so hard, know that it's a part of the process. Mark it on your calendar. Okay, I love 4 weeks of this absolute white hot trash, and it's going to get better from here. I do want to acknowledge this. It's important that we say this. Starting from 0, it can feel like it's so far out of the realm of possibility, it's not even worth starting. But I want you to know it's possible for you. I don't care who you are that's listening to this. I don't care if you're 18. I don't care if you're 75. I don't care if you live in a thin body. I don't care if you live in a larger body. I don't care what your fitness history is. This is for you. And if you're wondering whether the discomfort you're experiencing means that something's wrong or you're not doing it right, or maybe this isn't for you, I want to just say this one more time really clearly. What you're feeling is the process. This is not proof that you should stop. And also, if you keep moving forward consistently, intelligently, you will reach the other side. And it's so worth it. At the time of recording, when this is coming out, I will be taking clients in for a 6-week course with Fenzi Dog Sports Academy. We're going to be doing strength training. There are 2 30-minute workouts per week at a knee-friendly, beginner, and intermediate level, so you can hop in where it's appropriate for you. And 2 stretching days. There are 6 to 8 minutes of time. So you've got 2 30-minute workouts, they're follow-along videos, and then 2 stretching sessions that are 6 to 8 minutes. And again, you can hop in at whatever level feels appropriate for you. The thing that I love about FDSA is that you get to go through it as a group. There's something really special about everybody having the same start date and everybody finishing and going through the stuff all as a unit. It's so special. And the gold spots get to work with me directly. So they get 6 minutes every single week of video where they can take video, send it to me. I will give both video and written feedback. So if you're feeling like you want accountability and also make sure that you're starting on the right foot, that class is definitely going to be something you want to check out, and I will link it in the show notes. Thanks so much for being here with me today and choosing to spend this time investing in yourself. I hope you feel encouraged to take action. Even the smallest steps forward will add up in ways you cannot even imagine yet. If this episode gave you something to think about or lifted you up, please share it with a friend. You really never know who might need these tools today. For more information, practical tools, and resources to help you get stronger and confident both in and out of the ring, head on over to caninehandlerfitness.com. You can also find me on all the socials under the same name, so come on over and say hi. I'm here to help you build the skills, knowledge, and belief you need to reach your goals. Keep going, keep learning, and most of all, keep showing up for yourself. You've got this, and I'll be here cheering for you every step of the way.